Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is week 4 of January as part of my So Far So Good weekly blog series where I'm trying to do a weekly video rather than a monthly video. So a few things to catch you up on. We kind of have a finished object. We've got some new projects. I have my book, which I've been promising to drag out so that we can do the dreaded reveal of how many whips I currently have. Get your guesses in, start to have a think. So yeah, hi, how are you all doing? Loads of you are loving the weekly format, so thank you very much for the feedback. It's always really important to me to try and make sure that I'm making content that you want to watch. That's the whole point, obviously, so it's really lovely. I've said before, I find it really hard to reply to everybody's comments, but rest assured I do absolutely read them. And if you ask a specific question, it's something that I can help with, I will always endeavour to reply. So yeah, thank you all for the recent feedback on the new weekly format. We'll do a bit of finished object wrap up, and I'm going to have a tease. There is a shawl dance coming up, but I'm going to tease it till the end of the video. Sorry. You need to stay and listen to the other bits before you get to see Mark twizzle. Is it a twizzle? We've just recorded it, and now I'm going to sit down and record for you. I think there's a twizzle. It's funny anyway. He's a very good sport. So we'll rattle through some of the things I've worked on this week. Similar format to last week. There's not been a huge amount of progress on lots of things because work continues to obviously pay the bills, but continues to be a bit crazy for the start of the year. A few of you have asked what I do for a living. I work in financial services, in customer services, with a team of project managers. That's probably as much as I'm going to say, but it's busy, corporate job, very different to knitting. So yeah, I'm just so thankful for you all coming back to give me some of your time. So if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're a new viewer and you've just stumbled upon me, hi, you are very welcome. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps me reach new people. The more people that give the video a thumbs up, it helps the algorithm recommend me to new people, which is always good to keep expanding our community. So a few things to show you today. Little reminder then about some of the things that are coming up in the next few weeks. So yeah, let's jump straight in. So I have the book back. I found the book, Martin's craft book. My mum and dad bought me this for Christmas. I wrote it down. This fibre journal started in January 2022. So I kind of take notes about what I'm working on. I do my whips, finished objects, and then new cast-ons. So interestingly, in January 2022, I cast on the Rocker Bunny socks that I showed off 2 videos ago. So it took me nearly 2 years to do a pair of socks. Ooh. Maybe I don't want to be going back and looking through this as a journal. But it's got like my Imaginist entry in when I entered Cynthia in the Toft Monster competition. So I always knew where this book was. It was in the corner, but with Christmas and moving bits around. You can't see over there. I didn't know exactly where it was. I knew it was in that direction. So yeah, it's really nice to dust this back off. I've got a big list of Toft patches for all the patches that I've got and all the projects that I need to make. You know, it'll all get done. I am going to put that on a t-shirt this year. I think it needs to be done, doesn't it? So the roundup, I've only started the book today. I haven't written down finished objects or finished journaling it properly. I will do that maybe after I finish recording this while we're editing. But have you got your number in? Final guesses. How many whips does Martin currently have? Oh, this will be a good game. So in January 2022, I had 14 works in progress. What was the highest I got up to? Some of you have been here for a while. This may have been before I started writing down. At one point, I think I got up to 20 something. Which is a little bit mad. Yeah, final guesses? Yes, I have 13. I'm surprised. I thought it was more than that. So unless there are projects, the things that I'm working on are here. So unless there's things that I've got over there that I've forgotten to write on the book, we're going for 13. I will quickly rattle them off. I haven't got them all with me. That could be another video at some point. I just realised I've got a little spot on my head. I can't edit that out. I caught myself looking at it, and then you're all going to be like, what's he looking at? Yeah, little spot. Now you're going to be, I'll have to do this. So I'm maybe in another video, maybe in future weekly videos, maybe we'll grab some from the archive, and maybe we need to frog a couple, because some of these are in deep hibernation. Maybe we should do that in a future video. Yeah, why don't we do that? I quite like this weekly series, that it's making me think about what to sit down and film for you. But maybe we'll rattle through the list today, and then let me know which are your, apart from Mark's jumper, because that's getting done. Let me know of some of the others, which ones you'd like to hear more about. And then in a future video, we'll grab those. We'll talk about it. When did I cast it on? What am I doing? What wool am I using? Why is it in hibernation? We'll talk about that. So insert some kind of like DJ music. There won't be DJ music. It'll be like a copyright thing. But in one, I don't know what I'm doing. The first one at the top of the list is Mark's Argyle sweater. It's on the list. It's out. I'm working on it. It will feature again. I'm not talking about it anymore. That's number one. I've got Herbivore Shawl on the go by Stephen West. I'm using wool by Ted Knits on that one. I've got my Babette crochet blanket in number 3. I've got a knitted shawl. No, it's an infinity cowl from Montreal to Paris. It was the holiday box by Max and Vincent from Les Garçons a few years ago. So we've got that from Montreal to Paris. I've got a flax sweater for me. I've got a chunky, or an Aran weight, sorry, dotted rays on the go. And then the rest of these are all relatively new, so you should probably remember them if you've watched some of the most recent videos. So we've got Mark's next pair of his Rocker Bunny socks, hand-dyed yarn by Andy and Angela of Attic Spin Dye. I've got my spiral socks, which I showed off last week. The braid socks, which I've cast on. More on that in a minute. My brioche adventure, which I cast on and knit one row and haven't really picked it up, because it was like 10 o'clock at night by the time I'd finished casting it on, and then I needed to do brioche, and I was like, no, that's another. So I've cast that on. My Charles Darwin doll, which we'll have some progress on in a minute, and then my MCAL, my mystery knit along. And then the 13th is my spin a day, and I've got a bit out. I think I did one day of spinning last week. More progress on that will be in the Spinuary video, which I plan to put up next Monday. So yeah, 13 whips. That's not too bad, actually, because if I go for number 7, which is the Rocker Bunny onwards, they're all cast-ons in the last 6 weeks. So actually, I've only got 6 things that are really old. The Argyle sweater is out, so I've really got 5 things that are in deep hibernation. So maybe there isn't anything to frog. Some of you now will know my content better than I do, so some of you will be going, but where's so-and-so? And if that's the case, please put it in the comments below, because I've obviously forgotten something. Yeah. You know, sometimes you have, like, this doesn't happen to me very often, because you can imagine in our relationship, which one of us turns up to the airport not knowing where we're going, and which one turns up to the airport with all the passports, tickets, and everything in a nice, neat little folder. You know, like, you get that feeling like you've forgotten something, and you can't quite put your finger on what you've forgotten, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's what I forgot. I feel like I've forgotten a project, or 3. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. But let's continue this throughout our weekly mini-series. So let me know which of those you'd like to see. And I'll drag them out of hibernation. And then maybe we'll put them on rotation. And we'll try and get a bit of work done on them. Should we do that? Yeah? Deal? Okay. Great. So 13 whips. Have a plan to finish a few off, though. Some of these socks are going to be quite quick, I hope. So... we would usually then follow the format in a monthly roundup by talking about finished objects, but I'm going to do that at the end because we'll finish with Mark Shawl. It's been blocked. It is beautiful, even if I say so myself. So progress this in the last week. Socks or crochet? Let's do sock, crochet, sock. Let's do that. So... I mentioned last week after the video, I was going to have a Zoom call with my very good knitting friends, Amanda, Kate and Charlotte, and we were going to cast on for the new, the braid socks. They're not called the braid socks. I'll pop it on screen. By Stephen West. This is the bonus pattern if you buy the 2024 West Knits Year of Socks. So... I've cast mine on. I'm very pleased. It's double knit. I could probably done more than this in the week, but again, I haven't. But I'm okay, right? I've done the cuff. And you probably won't be able to make it out, but I've just started. Where is it? I've done the first cable. Oh, you can kind of see it there. Yeah, you see that it's twisting over here. So, yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm happy with the fit. I did my swatch that I showed off last week to decide what needles I'm using. So the pattern calls for a 3.25 mil needle, but the only way I could get gauge was by using a 4 mil needle, which felt big, but then it's a double knit sock, so that felt okay. And if I hold it up against my Dustland socks, it's the same size. So I'm happy with my tension so far. I've started the pattern. So I've done the first, once you've done the cuff and you do an increase row, you're then straight into the pattern repeat. And the cable repeats twice in the pattern. So I've done the first one and yeah, I'm now off I go. This won't be finished in the next couple of weeks. Mid-February, we're all getting together face to face. And we have all committed to try and get to the heel so that we can do the heel flap, turn and gusset all together, group support. So I'm going to keep this one ticking on. I might do this tonight, actually. That could be a Sunday night project. I need to decide which of these is going to be Sunday night. I'm not sure yet, but I'm really happy with my progress on those. So I've started that as a new whip and we are on our way. So I've wound the wool into, that's my swatch. I wound the wool into 250 grams. This wool is by Gemma of The Little Grey Girl, and this is the Stansfield colorway. This is Gemma's DK base. So really love those, and it's going to be a really quick knit because it's DK and 4 mil needles, which is exactly what we want. So first knit project, let's switch to crochet just to mix it up a bit. I mentioned last week then that I was working on Charles Darwin, which is a pattern by Kerry Lord from Toft. I was very lucky to be able to help Kerry and the team out at the Natural History Museum, go and help them set up in November, which was really cool to be able to do work experience, is how I position it, with Kerry and the team. And I wanted to make my own Darwin doll. So I've made some good progress this week, and here he is. So I think when you saw it last week, we had 2 arms and we had the head and the body, and that was it. I've now done the legs, and I've done the shoes. Arms and everything have all been sewn on. So I do the advanced hand, which gives you the individual digits. There is a alternative in the pattern where you almost just like make a mitten. So you do, it's just like an oval. But I love, there's his little ears, and you can see if I turn into side profile, there's his little chin, ooh, and his little nose will get added. So I made some good progress on Darwin this week. Yeah, quite happy with that. So this is Cocoa colorway for his body and his trousers, and then black shoes. If any of you are making a Darwin or any of the Toff dolls, my personal tip is to not stuff the feet and then put the shoe on. I find that incredibly fiddly. I can't do it. So the reason he's got his shoes on already, which comes later in the pattern, is because I take the shell of the shoe effectively and I squeeze the foot into it, and then I stuff the leg. So you're stuffing into the foot while it's got the shoe on, which just makes it easier, because imagine that's the foot is stuffed and then you're trying to manipulate the shoe on. I find that incredibly fiddly. I can't do that. So my personal choice is to do that afterwards. And yeah, I've started the next bit then. So he's got a little cuff that we've put on his, around his arms. We've done a little, collar for his shirt. So the next few steps are quite involved now. We've got, a really big cape to make. We've got a waistcoat, and they're in charcoal and black yarn. So they're quite dark. So they will not be a Sunday evening project. Because work has been so crazy, I'm trying to make sure that I force myself to have a little break, even just like 20 minutes to eat my lunch. So like I did a leg, one lunch, I did another leg, another lunch. So I'll take him to the office with me for the next couple of days and make a start. And then actually that's in daylight then, because by the time I get home, it's 5:30 on Sunday as I record this. It's dark out. You've kind of got the artificial light. It's not great for crocheting in such dark yarn. So I'll take him to work with me, but I'm very much looking forward to getting him finished. He's living in my little Toft subscriptions stash bag. So that is another project that I've made some progress with this week. And then the final one then, back to knitting. This hasn't gone very far at all. This might be my Sunday project actually, because I want to try and get this done by Unravel. So I've got like 3 weeks. This is the spiral something. Why can I not remember the name of this sock? I'll pop it on the screen. It's the spiral something, pattern by West Knits by Stephen West. I showed off that I finished the first sock last week. I've started the second sock, and that's how far I've got. I think I'd done about that much when you saw it last week. So I hadn't, yeah, I did, because that was the thumbnail, wasn't it? Yeah, I've not got very far, just because the other things I've worked on and life and stuff. So yeah, this could be it's quite an easy pattern to memorize. So this might be my Sunday project. When I finish, pajamas and some TV. We're watching The Flood. If you're in the UK, The Flood on ITV. It's all available on ITVX. So we're going to go and watch that and finish that. I think we're on episode 3. No idea where it's going. It's very good. It's about a flood. They find a body. What's going on? So I might watch that and do a bit of this. But this wool is by Nick of Cool Woolens, and Nick is vending at Unravel, and I want to do some show and tell. So I want to be able to finish my sock and then take it to Nick and wear them and show her what I've done. So I want to try and make some good progress on that this week. And probably more so than my DK braid socks. What was that about? My DK braid socks, because I've got until the 18th, I think, is when we're getting together. So I've got a bit more time. So this is probably the more priority. So yeah, of the things that I've added onto my 13 whips, we've just talked about the spiral socks, Darwin, and the braid socks. So hopefully by during February, they'll all be finished. So if I don't start anything new, will be down to 10. I am going to start something new though, because I mentioned it before you all start shouting at me. I mentioned it in the last video. I'm going to be doing the Toft crochet along, where we're all making Bo the Chinese dragon for Chinese New Year. It's going to be a cal that starts, a crochet along that starts, I think it's the 10th of February, and runs over 10 days, I think it is. And it's a little bit of the pattern every day. So I am going to start, oh, but actually that's okay, because I can start and finish that in February, maybe. I'm going to have to, like, do I need to sleep? Can I just, like, give up sleeping? I'll start getting up at, like, 5 in the morning and doing, like, 2 hours of crochet before I go to work. Do I need to sleep? I don't know. Answer on a postcard. How do you find some more time in your day to crochet or knit or do all the things you want to do? But I do think that is the only other thing that I want to start. I'm planning on starting because it's the crochet along. I want to be part of that. I can't remember the person who commented on the last video. So I'm really sorry for not name checking you, but you said that you are joining in and you're going to do a pink bow. That's going to be amazing. So please make sure you keep me updated with how you're going. Anyone else joining in the Toft Cal? I've got the kit with the beads, so I've got the golden yarn. I'm not going to show that off in this video. I'm going to do a project blog for the Bow the Dragon, so I'll show the yarn off in that video. But I've got the, it's the gold yarn with the gold speckle that also then comes with beads. And the jury's out on the beads at the moment because A, they're fiddly, and it's another thing to do, but also the kids play with loads of the Toft items. I keep looking over there because that's where they are. Or maybe there's another thing in one of the future videos. If anyone would be interested, I could get all my Toft stuff out. I've got a big basket of things that I've made. But like the birds from the advent are just up here. They're not allowed to play with those because they've got the beads on them, because I would be absolutely devastated if they threw one of the dolls and they hit the floor and the glass bead shattered. So there's a basket that is child friendly, and then the ones that aren't are up on the shelf. So the reason I'm umming and ahhing about the beads is I don't know whether bow would become a ornamental piece, or whether it's one that the kids can play with. I'll have a think as I'm going. We will see. But I think that's all I'm planning on starting. Oh no, there's one more thing I'm starting. I'm doing something for something that I can't tell you about. Someone is doing something with some yarn, and I'm being very kindly gifted a skein to work with to make a sample. So that is, I don't see that as my knitting though. That's work knitting, because I'm being given something. I need to do something. So yeah, that might be a March thing though, not a February. I don't know. There'll be new projects. You know me, right? I'm not buying any yarn at the start of the year. I'm not starting any new projects. What do we do by the end of the year? We bought all the yarn and started all the projects. I think that's why you love me though. Maybe that's this week's thumbnail. Am I mad or endearing? I don't know. And quite frankly, at 5:30 on a Sunday, I don't really know now. Look, if nothing else, I've made myself smile. I'm hoping some of you are laughing along with me, not at me. So yes, I think that is everything from the list this week. So the other thing that I can now officially claim it as a finished object, although I did kind of claim it as a finished object last week, didn't I, is Mark's MCal. So this is the Geogradient shawl by Stephen West of West Knits, of course, you know who he is. And this yarn is by Undercover Otter. This is Mark's version of the shawl. Mine is still in Centre 1. Oh, maybe that's my Sunday project. Oh, can you see where my mind goes? Maybe that's my Sunday project. I can go and get mine. No, I'm not. I'm going to do some socks. I can't. I need to work out where I am in the pattern. But it's blocked. It's all done. This yarn is a Undercover Otters yak base, and oh my God, it is so soft. It's like butter. But we finished, so I will just do a very quick close-up. So we've done the fringing, and I showed this off in the video last week, where we've done colour A, B, no, the other way around, A, B, C, D. This is obviously the end. We started down this way. Should we do, this will make more sense. Yeah, so colour A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, etc. So we've alternated it. And I'm really happy because a few of you had me worried saying about blocking it with the fringe because it can curl or twist. And I was like, oh man, I didn't read that comment before I did it. But in Stephen's video, he does the tassels and then he blocks it. I think so anyway, because he doesn't explicitly say that, but you can tell his version of the shawl is unblocked when he's doing the tassels. Universal sign for the tassel. So I was really worried, but it's perfect. And I was also worried about the turn. So the outer edge was rolling and was turning up. And I think a combination of a good old block with some pins, along with the tassels, have really straightened that out. So it is perfect. So yeah, we are done. So those of you that are a little bit behind, Kath, I think you're doing Hyber knit along now and you're going to go back to this. I think you've got a bit of a curl. Did you tell me this on Instagram or did I make it up? I think you said you might have a little curl as well. But you've also still to do the fringe. So yeah, that's how I did mine. I'm very, very happy. But the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to hand you over to someone and he'll show off the shawl in a bit more detail. Take it away, Mark. He's a good sport, isn't he? I said, they want you to do a dance after the success of the sock dance. And he didn't say no, in fairness. He didn't, oh, do I have to? So, yeah, bless him. So I'm very grateful to Mark for stepping in and doing his little dance. Maybe we will have a regular slot for finished items and a bit of a dance. So yeah, I think that is everything for this video. We're up to about half an hour now, which is I think it's going to be my ideal for the weekly vlog. That's going to be the plan going forwards, about half an hour. So coming up on the channel, I need to pull my finger out this week and make some more progress on my spinning and get back to doing my 15 minutes. I've then got 4 finished bumps, braids, whatever we're calling them, that then need to be wound onto the niddy noddy and soaked. So I want to try and do all of that this week. So I've got that to wrap up in the Spinuary video. So if there's a video next Monday, it will be the Spinuary video. If you get to Monday and there's no video, you know I didn't make much progress on my Spinuary, and also we're away next weekend with friends. We're going to see the ABBA experience, ABBA Voyage in London. Been wanting to go for ages, so we're going to meet up with some friends and go and do that next weekend. So I won't be around to record next week's video, which is why the Spinuary video is perfect timing. So hopefully I'll be back next Monday with that Spinuary video. And then coming up, I mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to be at Unravel this year. Mark isn't coming, it's just going to be me, and I'm planning to be there Friday and Saturday. If you are around, come and say hello. If you see me, it's lovely to meet you all because I'm just chatting to my iPhone I can't see the other side of it. So it's really lovely to meet people at yarn shows. So I'm going to be at Unravel. I'll pop the details below for the dates and where you can get tickets. And I'll be around the show, but I'll probably be, if you need me, I'll be hanging around the Toff stall or the Little Grey Girl stall. I might help out the Little Grey Girl, my good friend Gemma. You know, I might be, if she needs a hand, I'm there. If not, I'll be bothering the lovely ladies at Toft. So I'll be at Unravel, and then 3 weeks later, I will be at the East Anglia Yarn Festival, which is in the Norfolk Showground. So again, come and see me if you're there. Come and say hello if you see me around. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. I'm there all weekend because I am helping drive. I am Gemma's driver and stall buddy for the weekend. So I'll be working, playing with yarn, which is brilliant. So yeah, 2 shows that I'm going to in the next couple of weeks. And then also coming up on the channel, I've started planning some future content. I'm not going to say too much, but I'm doing an interview with an amazing designer. And yeah, they have just written a book. You may know who I'm talking about. If you've had their newsletter, their book is now out. I'm hoping to get them on the channel to come and talk to us about the book. I'm very excited if we can make it happen. So that will be coming up in future events. There'll be an Unravel video, an EAYF video, and going back to the farm to see Ellie to do some dyeing. And she's got 3 new sheeps. We get to go meet the new sheeps. So yeah, loads coming up. I was worried about the weekly format, but I think, touch wood, we're okay at the moment. So there we go. I think that is everything for this video. Thank you very much for being here and giving me a little bit of your time. I hope that you had a good week of crafting last week. If you didn't, it's just another week. I didn't have a very good week of crafting. New week starts tomorrow or today when you're watching this. And just follow my mantra. It'll all get done. At some point, we will finish all of the projects. But take care of yourselves. I hope that you all have a really good week, whatever you are up to. Let me know in the comments below what projects you want to see in future videos, any other ideas for content, videos, people you want to see on the channel. I'm happy to try and reach out to people and see if we can get them on and do little mini interviews or lives. My Pride thing is in full swing for planning for June. Yeah, loads going on. So yeah, I'll be here with all the projects. So have a very good week. I'm hoping I will be back next week with my Spinuary video, which will be very exciting for you to see the fruits of my very bad spinning labours. But we're getting there. So yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thanks to Mark for modelling his shawl. And yeah, I'll see you next week, hopefully. So until we speak again, happy crafting.